pieces have been played on.
Alright. This is just fireworks in Australia. We got Professor Feng. It's the current lead here. Bro was contemplating playing Prism or this. I think he's making a pretty good choice. He's still alive. Very much alive. Sorry. Wait, let me turn off this Discord thing. Okay, Sawbones. We got shocks.
Literally stacked on
Couple
top
shocks.
I love that. Look at the shadow around that card. So, 2 Sawbones choosing not to attack. Of course, it's turn 0. There's not much reason to attack.
Now,
But 2 Sawbones start is crazy work.
You can kill an ally once it's into the board. So he could kill the first Sawbones, but he wants to make sure he responds to the second Sawbones, because if that Sawbones came into the board, then you could tap it to prevent some of the damage being directed at that first Sawbone. So if Kieran has a way to get to 3 Arcane, that's lethal against the first Sawbones as long as the second Sawbones isn't in the arena yet. If he only has a way to get to, if he has a way to get to 4 Arcane, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. So Kieran now reaching for some of those cards, having to think there is a shot.
Yeah, now we got good casters here casting Australia on this booth. Specifically Australia.
To play another lightning card, which was the
Yeah, Wolves are coming in.
So now this is the shock, and the players clarify. I assume this is going at the Sawbones, since this will be lethal. Second Sawbones comes off the stack onto the table. Unfortunate for Michael that he loses
responding,
one of those, but you
going
sort of
3. That's good.
to die to shock in this matchup. That is how it goes.
Very much so. Gravy
Yeah, keeping Consign the Cosmos in hand, thinking. I think keeping that is safe, because you can shoot off the Sawbones as well. And you don't want to fail trying to rush into something. But we got... Oh, that's a banger hand. You can ship Gun in the Flash at this thing, blink, Gun in the Flash, shock for 77. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
How easily can they kill your allies, possibly kill them while they're attacking, and turn off your go again, turn off your turn against something like an Avasti.
Exactly.
So
yeah, you know ball.
Here for Kieran Lee finds Gone in a Flash in this opening hand. Finds a blink, a blast of Oblivion, and another one of those.
Okay, so the way this goes now, we win this game. Okay, based on this turn 1, we win unless we lose the ship. That's the only lose con in this entire game. None of these allies or anything matters. It's only getting Conqueror, hit Gun of us out of arsenal. So you play around that loose con, you win this game.
Still be bounced back.
Pretty healthy hand on the other side of the equation for Michael Feng as well. That third copy of Sawbones arriving nice and early. Alongside
is this going for face? It's going for face.
Floor salvage. Not massively shocked to see this one playing defense.
That's good. Checking how their hand is first.
Thanks to those portside exchange.
Seafloor definitely also one of those cards. You
send at face first. I think that's
or if you happen
always
to
correct.
Have the full hand, but in this
and now you send that to the Sawbones because the shock is more damage than the Gun in the Flash. And opponent is AB1. I think that's the correct loadout there, because you can death threats into Northern Boots for free. AB, you never pitch card from your hand, and then you have Bosch, and then you make gold. Anka in the grave. This is a good start for Feng. So this is not win and win yet, but like loser goes home guaranteed. Only winners keep getting. Only the winners can keep playing the game.
He'll still be able to deal quite a bit of damage and end on an arsenal.
Gone in a Flash, debating its target currently. Sent directly at Sawbones. Tap it for flavor. Might as well send a message.
Get got. Shocking response. Nah, I'm kidding. Checking if Feng is a bad player. Base.
Gonna see dead threads being activated. Of course, ally has now entered the yard as Sawbones has departed. Null Room boots used to prevent one of that damage. Michael Feng falling to 35.
Yep, can do death threats here exactly for free.
More damage and just throw that Gun in a Flash into the ally. So
this loadout is very clean.
Over to our Necromancer. The third portside exchange will discard the
third port
copy of Sawbones here. Additional gold generate.
I like how Feng has the graves the other way around, because usually people have like on the battlefield side the dudes, but like this, yeah, this is very nice for clarity.
Cycle it away, of course, with the gold, with the gravy ability. It does reach a point where he has a couple too many cards available to him that cost a lot of money and not a lot of cards to pitch to play them.
I feel that in my soul. Compass of Sunken Depths activation. We'll take a peek at that top card. Is it one we're interested in drawing? If Michael Feng decides
Yeah,
to
there's
turn a gold
a shock galore over
into a
here.
fresh card with that powerful hero ability. Got several points to deliberate. Simultaneously, Kieran here pondering their own hand.
Gun in the Flash is in Arsenal, so there is no need to do anything yet.
Might be able to fix that up as well.
Yeah, hero ability, of course, usable on the Sigil, which is the blue, but of course usable on the Comet Storm Shock, even though it blocks 3. It is still considered an instant because of the shock side of the card, so can get rid of that if he wants to.
Oh, that's not...
either a different card or just fetch deeper to try to get combo pieces in his hand.
That's very good.
We'll scrap that copy of Swabby in exchange for a Sunken Treasure on top of the deck here. Not going to be doing blocking with that one right now, but a fine resource card to establish one of these allies and get swinging.
I think this is why Michael is...
So Swabby is not being played here.
Grave, lend him some options. Of
It's
course,
gonna be Sawbones or Anka.
Fiddler's Green,
38.
What a cool find. So he knew he could get a resource off that grave.
I wonder which one. He probably ships the Anka.
Resource cards and maybe develop that Swabian attack with it, which would cost
Also,
the
Feng
card
has
and the call, or does he want
that.
to play that call
What is
out?
that?
And so
The
he
scarf?
chooses
Pretty
to get
cool.
the Fiddler's Green. I think this is just good.
Is it
keeping
that
himself
gold in
healthy, keeping
Valencia?
himself out
I
of combo
swear,
range,
bro.
Still able to develop an ally.
It's like minus 5 here now, and it's like not cold. Up in the north. Valencia is 16 degrees Celsius. Alright, just aesthetics, so I don't fucking know. Anyways. Maybe he's a gold-blooded killer.
Just saw 8 of my allies all chunked together, so I'm going to take a moment to shuffle a little more thoroughly than I perhaps did last time. So life gain, Sunken Treasure will be pitched to re-emerge.
Well, makes sense. Pay the Anka.
Drag under.
Swing.
We'll activate that hook.
But Anka had 2 lives, so you can just shock that shit down.
Will be made for him. Anka drag under with somewhat relevant game text in this matchup as well.
Yeah, definitely making sure players aren't able to draw on the opposing side. If you draw, the next time
Shock
you would
the
draw
thing
a card,
down.
you discard a card instead, or not
Just
instead. If you
shock
draw
it
then
down.
you discard.
Send a message.
Of course, that requires discarding a card with Watery Grave to activate that ability. So not relevant here, and anyways, Anka has been tapped just to attack with it. But the player's communicating about what Anka might do on the next turn if it does.
Who
get
present
tapped
that
for
here
effect.
as well? That's all
Clarifying
G.
there was a hook
Get
that
shot
comes
down
in for
anyways.
this Anka because there was a gold generated at the start of this turn. A safe 5 on-hit gold.
Can I skip forward?
My life, I have wished
Frink kind of slow rolling here,
upon
if I'm being honest.
but alas, no such luck.
I'm kidding, just take your time.
If you just read the text, you think it does.
Hence why I
Are
had
we
hope.
blocking?
Comet Storm Shock being reached for here on defense. Kind of alluded already, this hand looking a little bit disjointed here for Kieran Lee. Wouldn't be shocked to see an attack going directly at Anka here and just playing a little bit of defense.
What? Wait.
Possible. It's also possible that
Okay, let me think. Because, like, you cycle, no? Cycle the other Comet Storm. If you hit any instant, you can pay with the Sigil of Lightning, the shock. No, instead we play that here. This is a blue blast, yeah. Not hiding info here, okay. Just playing for the base of the deck, the value. But I mean, I want to see what the next top card is, because you cycle, and you can still block if it's an instant. You shoot them down, and this 10 is kind of the same. If it's blue, it gets even better, doesn't it? If it's instant, you pitch that, and then yeah, I guess you can. That guy's gonna be dead regardless if he chooses so, but I think he's choosing to go face. So then the Anka just clocks in value. But also like Feng has a lot of allies in the bin. So if you here going for face, I think it's good because he has a lot of allies in the bin anyway, so he can utilize it all. Killing the Anka would have been on defense, the only play, and now you get prismatic leyline. It's not good. Run of the gun. The hand blocks kind of crazy. This hand blocks 9 on 3 cards, by the way. Oh wait, is that null shock? Not consigned Cosmos? Yeah, it's a consigned Cosmos. Did she come in for 4?
Presents as gold. I love individual tokens.
It's about sending a message. I want you to know how rich I am. Surely that's the point. Michael here working with 2 cards in hand after this. Looks like Loot the Hold and a Vast Yi to me. So no Conqueror of the High Seas. Not that Kieran necessarily knows that.
But still, I mean, those are exactly kind of what you want. You're able to develop an ally out here after having played this Golden Tipple. You can either double ally attack with the Avast Yi, or he can give an on-hit of discard a card to whichever ally he does come in with.
No blocks declared by Kieran Lee. Take the 4 damage. All the way down to 30. Place 30 on the other side. Chain will close. Of course, that prismatic ley line just being left on the battlefield here to signify that it is still available. Michael
No
deliberates
blockers.
which ally they would like to reanimate. Exactly how they'd like to go about doing so. On the other side of the table, pretty impressive hand from Kieran Lee. We see another copy of Gone in a Flash alongside the first in the arsenal, alongside multiple instant cards. Channel Lightning Valley.
Is it looking the
Another
combo
shock available alongside
she can fob it back,
Electromagnetic Somersault.
discarding the gun in the flash.
It's got the makings of a turn.
And the
I'm
combo
not sure it's exactly what you
will
want.
be
You do have
very
the-
good.
The right shock
I'm
in
gonna
hand
be
to
honest.
end
So,
on,
yeah,
but
we just
those
hold here.
instants aren't the best. There's none of the 3 value instants, of course. Electromagnetic Somersault doubled up its effect by Gone in a Flash, and Channel Lightning Valley doesn't really work well with Gone in a Flash. And of course, you have that extra Gone in a Flash, which doesn't really work well with Gone in a Flash. So maybe considering this isn't the moment to go big, but we can do a little bit.
You heard it here first, folks. Gone in a Flash. Not a combo with itself.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So Michael Feng, compass check, takes a peek, and then breaks a goal to draw a bonus card, finds Murderous Rabble to go alongside those 2 blues already in hand.
Looking for resources to maybe develop the most offensive ally and still going for a double
Why does
swing.
Feng have
I do
Jarl
believe with what's on
sleeves?
board, he could come in with Swabby and attack with Anka this turn, attack with both.
Okay, I have a theory why he has these Jarl sleeves. So he's a poor student, ex-student. He doesn't have money, so he has to buy the ticket to Valencia from the kingdoms of the Wales, and he doesn't have money for sleeves. So he asks Jason Rolfe, like, you know, that dude has nothing else but fatigue. So he's playing Lyat. He's like, yeah, you can have my Jarl sleeves, or like my Jarl deck. He hands him the Jarl deck, and he unseals the Jarl deck and puts them on Nocilia. Alright, kind of based.
To play. Thinky, long games, macro plans. Pitches Loot the Hold for another gold. Looking to draw more cards and maybe see if he can continue to power up this turn.
See if we can take a look at what is found. It's a copy of Swabby, quickly hidden by Michael. We'll see Gravy activated to get rid of it. No doubt another card found. Jittery Bones joining the hand. And Swabby making his way down into the depths.
So this exchange of 2 gold gets an extra Swabby into the graveyard and gets +1 resource.
The Bones will be jittery. They'll be pitched away for Chum, the friendly first mate. One of the more intriguing allies to sequence around in this matchup. Will make the way in alongside Avast Yi, alongside that prismatic leyline bonus for 6 points of damage. More importantly, go again, attached onto this one, potentially a gold on hit
Chumbo.
here as well.
With
They'll
Avast Yi,
refresh the
this
bank of Michael that
start
is so
from
fully
Feng has been
spent this turn.
woof.
I need to clarify something, Judge.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, looks like Kieran here just needs to clarify something with the judge.
Celio match on the Celio side, which happens when Gravy goes too fast, too early, but none of those Conquerors have been drawn yet. None of those crazy big turns have been drawn yet, and this is only the first prismatically aligned, so I don't think that's happened so far. Getting back into the game to see how this judge call resolved. I have a suspicion about what it was about. I imagine it was about whether this chum can be killed and what layer this chum can be killed in. Ultimately, the Avasti and the chum resolves, and Kieran decides he is going to take this damage.
So my next attack is hooked.
Interesting stuff. So 6 coming on through will be followed by the Anka for 5 more points of damage here. Courtesy of Avasti's go again. Kieran now going to re-evaluate with the new information they have found. Consider how best to sequence this turn that is rather instant infused.
I really quite like the way Michael navigated this whole thing. Of course, we said earlier in the turn there was the option to go Swabi and Anka and develop both of them and attack with both of them. Problem is both of those are 3 life allies, meaning that they could have lost the action point. He could have lost the action point with the Avasti. If he goes Avasti and attack with Swabi, and there is a shock in hand and any other lightning card, we happen to know there is another lightning instant, that becomes a 3-value shock, kills that Swabi while it has go again, and the second ally doesn't even get to attack. So Michael playing around that effect by going for this line, but also dug further enough into his deck that he's able to get an arsenal card for next turn as well. So I'm quite pleased with the way
I don't
Michael
even need to
navigated
say
this. I
anything.
think this is the perfect way to play around Acilio, around those shock effects, not getting baited into putting the biggest number on board when it can get killed by a single shock card.
Incredibly heads-up play from Michael Feng. He's awfully familiar with this strategy at this point. Chooses to save that gold bait hook activation for this second ally, as opposed to either the golden tipple or the ally that came before. It's like Kieran Lee reaching for that flash of brilliance, debating turning it into a fresh card, rebuying that Sigil of Lightning. Consigned to Cosmos Shock, also being hovered over the combat chain. Defensive choice here. The gold
Does Ring flip into Young?
Somewhat of a relevant aspect of this turn sequence. We'll see another gone in a flash on defense. 2 damage taken.
Wait.
Extra gold generated for our Gravy.
Just gonna clean up.
Of course, Kieran was debating maybe blocking with that flash. He could have discarded something like this.
Wait.
Go again on this.
Pause for a moment now. Alright, pause. Like, this because I mentioned the FOP earlier, right?
2 damage.
I clocked it out here for a bit, but we block with the gun and the flash, alright? Like, yeah, not shocking this Anka because it's your spell, and you got gun and flash arsenal. I think that's like, yeah, that's good.
Reaching
But
for that flash of
he was reaching for the flash of brilliance, so you fop the gun and the flash away, you block arms, boots and everything, you get sigil, you have blast and shocks. So just don't care about the CLV draw. You go gun, sigil, blast, CLV. If your opponent missing the blocks first, and like the CLV being blocked out, and the CLV, if it's blocked out, you trade for, you don't get the draw, but if it's not blocked, it does mean that you get the draw, which is a lot of damage most likely, but also like your opponent gets Balance of Justice, so you're fine either way. It's just the way Feng wants to play that turn, I guess, and read it. But regardless, then you slam CLV, it's probably does not draw your card. You get Sigil of Lightning, you go gone, Sigil of Lightning, gone, shock. Your opponent is like, I don't want to do the math, but okay, it blocks something, and he's at 10. Let's say that. But instead we block this. But I know what he's thinking here though, because here is Sigil of Lightning. Sigil of Lightning, which means that he can jam the CLV on the table, ship gone, play, ship blast, play gone, and then send the shock, I think. But if this hand did not have blast, I would agree on this line that you go gone, instant, gone, shock. But since it has blast, it's so much extra damage for the combo. It's
on this
a bit unoptimized turn, I feel like. But we'll see how this game pans out. Because it's also like going, you can force, I forget the charm, and it's even better going this combo because they have charm. Because you force clear the charm with 7, but you also keep the CLV alive.
That embodiment of
still has the opportunity to respond here if he wants to. He didn't do it earlier, but a forward
in a hand that does.
And then there's Uncastle.
the board in the
not normally cares about dealing damage to opposing cards this turn, despite normally being
Doing a
a
little
bit
bit
of a
clearing
Yeah,
first.
great find here.
I think this
Great
is
understanding
still
of the
fine. I would
cards.
probably have
Of course,
just
now
gone for
threatening
the
Channel Lightning Valley on this
combo.
Gunner Flash, of course threatening it with a shock that we know Kieran has, but Michael blasts to Oblivion for the combo turn at the same time because those cards do power each other up for sure.
going to be much better alongside copies of
But
each
now you
other.
keep
It
the
is
Seal
that
of the
no-blade
alive.
hook that is finally deployed on defense here, a finite resource.
clear
Will
the anchor.
deny card draw from Channel Lightning Valley, if at all possible. We'll see the Volzar activation aligning with Cosmo. Cassandra Cosmos shock here. Transition to 5 Arcane will be impossible to prevent this Channel Lightning Valley this way around.
And keeps it around, of course.
Hmm.
Very big.
I was
Gunner Flash
thinking
turn
on the
coming
combo
next turn.
because I
If
forgot
we
the
are able to
charm.
draw the right cards, the right
To be
texture
fair,
of hand
because
for
it's charm
Kieran.
plus anchor, is it even
Feng
better
again,
to combo?
Using that dead threads to provide a resource.
This
in
low-key
the
might be
opposing
better.
turn.
I might be
Cashes it in
entirely
with no
wrong.
room boots to prevent a point of arcane damage.
Oh, okay.
Card drawn, Etchings of Arcana.
That is low-key very good. You just slam this etchings in the arsenal, and if this hand has shape, don't care, kill them next turn,
Potential
right?
arcane.
I believe, but Etching still.
And now you
quite
get to
happy
keep the
have
Channel
on
Lightning
next turn.
Valley. This is like a prep turn.
Most
Chip a
importantly,
bit.
lightning
It's still
card
like
did make
a
its
bit
way into the
losing
pitch zone,
position.
of that Volzar activation.
You are bleeding a bit because they get to keep good allies. You have to clear a bit and not match the damage rate that they are doing. So you're trading down more HP than they have, while they also like do the board state thing. But the combo will fix it. But the combo has to happen within the next 2 turns, alright? So this is setting up for a bigger combo next turn. But you have to play around to conquer and put the etchings in
So
arsenal.
Channel Lightning Valley will,
Now thinking which way the arsenal goes.
most importantly, lightning card did make its way into the pitch
Yeah,
zone,
this is-
courtesy of that Volzar activation. So Channel Lightning
My
Valley
fault.
will be sticking around. The question is what
Ars-
goes in the
Arsenal down the
Gunner
flash,
once
okay.
more. To me,
We'll see what will happen.
Michael Feng agrees.
The valley is
Makes an
channeled.
awful lot of sense. Make our way back over to Gravy. Start with the hero.
3 cards
the
in arsenal
activation,
with
cashing
charm.
Out a gold for a fresh card. Finds a copy of
Okay, pause. Blast, Sigil of Lightning, Brilliance, and the etchings. Holy. Main character
The idea
draws.
behind is find a conqueror somehow. Have no
Conquer
suspicion probably that
in the
Gunner
arsenal?
Flash was put, shipped into arsenal there.
Ship in the arsenal.
Kieran Lee on the other side of
Yes,
the
sir.
table. Understands Conqueror of the High Seas, a relevant part of this matchup.
Only non-Marvel
Parking it in the
foil
arsenal.
my deck. It's a little embarrassing.
Not a
Now
risk.
I'm exposed on stream.
There's one for 3.
Bro, flexing. Ah, come on.
I understand. I'm also a bit of a magpie myself, and so having to sheepishly reveal your non-marvels is never a pleasant experience.
Yeah, Marvel Diamond Amulet maybe a bit too much for Michael Feng.
I'm the other way around. I think I have one Marvel Sigil Fader. That's it.
Plenty of gold. Anyway,
Fraudulent actions.
Compass Peak takes a look
Okay,
at
what are we
Flam.
thinking here?
All in the- It's pretty
Move forward.
for Kieran.
Peeked on the
freedom
gun.
Starts by thumbing that jittery bones, scuba, and murderous rabble left in hand.
Brilliance being able to be put onto the board with
What is
Murder
bro
first,
counting?
folks. Certified
How many times he can kill Feng?
nasty.
I see.
Both players very aware of
Because this is like Gone, Brilliance, Blast, Sigil's Lightning, Draw off Brilliance. Some of those will draw off this. Not really, because you have to clear that. But then you go Gone, Brilliance, yeah, Gone, Sigil of Lightning, draw a card from this. Gone, draw a card, etching thing, play, pass.
the ticking time bomb.
Look at the curvature of this card.
Of course.
Look at the curvature of this card. I think it's a
Got a
Conqueror's
flash.
Slices.
In the arsenal. Eventually, Acilio will find
Ah,
the pieces to put
wrong.
the combo turn together. Does need to find a way to pressure.
And there's 1 gold.
While the option is available,
So we just
Murderous
win, eh?
Rabble coming in for 3 points. Finds
We just
Boots
win,
at
eh?
the barkeep on top.
cards are. But he will end up low though.
No
He'll
luck.
have-
You see both the water
Swabby
no
on
doubt
the
gets
board.
swinging.
The good thing with Gravy nowadays is that the deck can be better than without Tipples, because they were just a consistency engine. If you hit similar start but your cards do more, it's scary. But they have less gold. So situations like this, you would love to dig through to find like Conquer or Loot the Hold or something, because you have the necessary allies, and your util cards like are not good enough for this spot right now. So, but you can't do that because there's a lot less
for
gold.
7 points of damage. Not
Or
as
then you
safely,
break
but we've alluded a few times over
later
the course of
game.
this game. Shocks are a very relevant factor.
Okay, so we block with these. Them 10 DOS,
Michael
paying off the
obviously aware of
CLV
that for deciding to send Swabby over Chum regardless.
setup there.
Shock in this place, in this space, makes
I'll let you know when
combo
it's
turn a
done.
little weaker. So Michael may be probably happy to eat a couple cards with this Swabby. If that was going to happen, I don't think that's going to be Kieran's plan. Kieran has a bit
It's
of a
not
question on
changing the arsenal.
how much he wants to throw some of these Gunna flashes on this upcoming combo turn into the Swabby. Maybe he'll get forced to throw some of them into the Chum, but do you also want to throw into the Swabby? He will be on 14 after this, the way it looks, which is having a 7 on a stick is quite potent for Gravy, of course.
Just gonna do this face up. I just want to check
Both
there's not
players
face down cards you have.
very aware of what
Three allies.
blocking with Lightning Greaves and Aether Bindings of the Third Age tends to mean.
We are a go.
Okay.
Foot down, gas up. It may be time to ride the lightning. Kieran Lee, he is considering all the permutations, reviewing the cards that have been played so far
It's quite annoying.
by Michael Feng and what allies remain available down there in the darkest depths before finalizing.
What is
these
bro
blocks.
counting? Isn't that hand like the most perfect ever? You just change the
Patented wizard
lightning to
finger tricking.
somersault.
I was going to say the exact same thing.
Also important if you're an arcaning kind pass.
Call it judge.
You
This
don't
is slow
block without
playing.
doing
Come on.
math. It's against the rules.
You can't do math without waving your fingers around the table a
Correct.
little bit.
You understand me. And so defense will be confirmed.
Now what?
Points of damage comes across. We find
Just
counters placed on those Aether Bindings and the Lightning Greaves, making
Very clear cut. Okay, looking at this VOD, why is this game going for like
way
2 hours
back
after
over
this?
to Kieran Lee. See where the first copy of this marquee attack goes. It's Gravy Bones, also known
Yeah,
as
attack grave
it's
is
go
good
time.
because you force the
It's go
discard
time.
out of him.
Of course, this Aether Bindings could be popped on this turn. It will amp at, imagine at least one. thanks
You
to
already
the
have
bonuses from the
CLV. If
sigil, but
CLV
there
was
will
in
be a couple
hand,
sigils at
you
the end of
can
this turn
just
on
attack
board,
the
so
chum
I
or
imagine
any
he's
ally
happy
to
hold
keep
on
the
that
on
next
hit
turn,
alive.
maybe blocking with it there and is not getting popped here.
a along
Allies, one of those. So it's way.
for surprises.
Bosch. The Bosch is good. Giving the draw off of CLV for bang. Okay. Not ideal, but that's like not bad. Not ideal, but not bad. Now you just need to draw an instant. Otherwise, you need to fetch before with the etchings for another instant for never mind because like get the blast will come back to your hand. I mind warp myself with the somersault talk earlier. You up? Then we ship the blast here. The chump has been activated, so you ship 8 damage on it. That's fine. If you want to do more than 6, just in case of fearless confrontation. I think most are on 2 or 3. 3 seems to be the most common because of loses dominate and shit. Activating bindings for 1 damage. Curious. I don't think this goes way over. And next turn there would be 2. The game continues on. I think for 1 damage, I guess that's fine, but I feel like you're gonna lose 1 value off of this. We'll see. Draw. Current funnel. Interesting draws. That's not too bad though. That is not too bad. Combos has been pretty clear so far. So then we ship the current funnel here because it's just not doing anything. To Chum, hedging that there is no fearless confrontation. Okay. Not punished. Fair enough. Lose 2 damage if there's punish, gain 4 damage if you're not punished. So mathematically this is a good play, I think. Then we just sent the flittering Oh, this is kind of the same, I guess. This is go again, so you get 2 action points. Boss cracked. Makes sense. Not many cards taken out of the gravy yet. Bounce that shit back. Bangarang. Close chain. Could have cranked fair bit of action points with the flittering, but instead, this is fuck. This is presenting 5. This would be, this is at 8. But instead, if you go etchings first with the extra action point, this would be presenting 4 at any point. This 7. But what you gain, let me do this the other way. This is in hand. This is not here. 2 action points. 7 on this. You ship this etchings for 10. 4, because this is where it deviates. 11. Grab back a thing. And then, do you want the arsenal gun or not? They have not played a ship yet. So it would be 10. You'd probably like, yeah. You can also like call it a clear this. If you play the other one. So this is 15 damage. Arsenal gun. Play the thing. End up with on action point up. Here. Like, yeah. Just any sigil really. Then, it's actually on the bindings 2 value lost. 3 value next turn if you just draw any shock, any spell, which is quite high chance to be fair, because you end up with 3 of these shitters. 10 here. Then you go Gun in the Flash for 4. Play the Sigil. Current Funnel for 4. That's 18. Lose 3 damage. Can also clear this. So technically it's just a lot more value. I guess you get the hit also like on the face, right? And then you just you still like get the arsenal, the guy in the flash, because you have this setup here ready already. So this combo is still presenting 18 instead of 15. Your point goes like very low, no cards in hand. This game is just over because the deck's just through the nuts, right? So let's go. Let's see how this goes. Presenting 4, opponent takes 1, go down to 19. Currently, Breaker of Chains, the Mother of Sigils, the Father of Sigils, the Parent of Sigils. Oh wait, that's funny because that's like the team Sigil. I don't even remember. Anyways. Did we not have anything in the grave for the etchings, or are we thinking? So there was, and then no action point, opponents go aced. Missed 3 damage, Swabby not cleared. You have to put the gun and flash in arsenal here, but don't play the Sigil of Lightning since you're committed to this. Just arsenal the Sigil of Lightning, hold gun and flashing in. On my mama, they have shape now. But they have free Swabby, and they're at 8. This is not supposed to be the case. It's played, and it's sending them shock lethal, burn lethal, as cards out of the hand. This have 3. So if they have ship Swabby, you have to block at least 1 card with the fob. You can also like fix the next hand, but you could have done the same line. Just wait. I don't know. Going onward. Checking the arsenal. block 3, take 1. No shock range yet. This smart life totals to be at. Okay, I went through the lines again because this combo was quite interesting in this hand. So when I said that you get 3 more damage, it's actually -1 damage because I was getting out of thin air extra Garden Flesh attack for 4, which is not the case. But you lose like 1 damage and you get Garden Flesh Arsenal with my line, and Karen's line here you get +1 damage, which he did because his soul reads his opponent has conquerors, which like I said is very likely at this point of the game. So he doesn't put anything arsenal, but if you just lose 1 damage out of the combo and have a gun in the flash arsenal and bindings up for the next turn, because you know you're gonna have a lot of sigils, 3 sigils up here, it just, you draw like any hand and you just win the game. But here, if we go like onwards a bit, this is just, you know, like the prediction math, or probability math is the right word, my bad. So he goes here this way. I was also like thinking, because there's ways to play these combos where you play flit in the sigil. So you spend 1 instant to gain 1 action point. This might mean like 1 extra swing, because at the back end of his combo he was missing 1 action point or 1 instant, but there's like no way to beat around it. The max damage is just getting this like amp max like he did here for 1 damage. But yeah, if you just go on 2 action points, just etchings for 1 less damage here, you get the same attacks as 0 for force, so you lose 1 damage out of this combo, but gun and flesh in arsenal. So now when you draw any hand, you win the game. If they send ship at you, it's still the same position. They just have 1 more life up and 1 more gold up on the gravey's side. So that's the trade-off here. Okay, so here we go. One more time this thing. So firstly, the bindings. So you have to read what your opponent hand is beforehand, which is like hard to do before you pop this, because your only info is going gone once, since CLV is already developed. And the next thing will be blast, that will trigger this, which you can of course hold till the damage step. But since they use chum after this, yeah, it's only this gun really. If they block that out, you don't know what's going on really. So then you activate these bindings just for the extra damage here, because your job is to get your opponent to shock range to make math easier for you, right? And make them block more instead of playing like the pure value. I went this discussion through what went through Kieran's mind here, and the discussion was like really interesting. We ran through a lot of scenarios here. He holds the hand until this point. Just 1 card is discarded to the chum, and the chum has been cleared. So now at this point, let's clear the shit. He activates Compass here, checks top card, and the top card is a ally. So his hand is a blue ship ally, and it was ally that was chummed. So this is his hand, and the top deck is ally, and the next card we know from the Rebel that it's gonna be this a blue card. But there's a very high chance that some of these cards has to be blue cards. So having in the top 6 cards 2 blues is not hard for Grave. It should be higher than average. So we have to always think these situations that are higher than average, because that's how the math pans out, right? And we can play around that. If you can't play around that scenario, your out will be the lower chance. You play for the lower chance, right? That's just how the game goes, and card games in general. But here, since he has not blocked, at this point, we read that his hand will have a double blue and a conqueror, or in some shape and form it will have double blue and conqueror, because he has also like 1 gold. So then you will take conqueror and swabby attacks minimum. Doesn't know about the Rebel RSL, which is +3 extra damage to that thing essentially. So it would be 18 damage with those 4 cards. But he would also go to 4 here, which is then easier to shock. So what he can do here, no block this. This is a little dicey. It's greedy to keep this ship in hand, which probably should be blocked here. But then you give like extra turn for free for Auxilia and it's kind of losing. So what he can do here is no block this, go to 4, say you don't have it, the shock, right? So then on your turn, you gravy, bin in this ally, you throw another ally, you hook the rebel, which shows blue, and you have again the info to crack the gold for blue. If it shows anything but blue, you kind of lost the game regardless. But then since it shows blue, you if your opponent does not block the 3, you crack the gold, which he can't do with this hand, right? He cracks the gold and then gets a blue. So his hand would then be ship blue ally and actually ship blue because you crack the gold with the blue. Yeah, you get blue and one floating, resulting regardless getting thrown 3 from the rebel, 8 from the ship, and 7 from this. Essentially just killing Kieran here. But he ends up blocking 3 here. And to be fair, he would be F4 and he draws the shock and he just kills it with the shock. So result stays the same, but these are the scenarios that goes onward with this thing. How it goes, right? Because then we just play this else if game here, right? Let's clear this thing up. And then you get chipped and all that good stuff. But then Kieran just shocks opponent. He would be at 3, okay. So the life total was a little bit weird there. Because he takes the 4 from that thing, probably. Actually, at that point, you probably just block the death threats because it has already done its job. Just to stay on 4, it's a beat, and then you block 1. Because you don't need the resource on your turn, you have already used it. That is very cool how this game goes. So that's kind of like the math. I do like his line of thinking a lot. I do. And okay, to be fair, if you don't read the hand that is a ship and they just block because you're supposed to kind of like block more on this chain just to keep the life up and just throw 1 card swabby from 1 card 7 here, so it keeps 1 card. Then and the blocking starts already earlier to not give the CLV draw to opponent. You want to delay that. So then at that point, before you have to commit to the etchings line, you can do the -1 damage line and then Arsenal Gun Flash. You see like how much these things change, and these do matter at high level games, how the math outs go. Now on this game, none of these lines like matter because these the draws go that way, right? But it's just a matter of 1 point, and then it matters pretty much. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. You Arsenal Gun at that point, and then you just go to your turn and win the game if they just swing Swabby for 7, and you take Rebel and Swabby, and then you go to 4. Like, okay, who cares? You sent 7 damage back and get a turn to draw in the shock, and they have to be blocking all the time. Very interesting turn. That's so wonderful, dude. This hero is so cool, and this game is so fucking good. Draw up. A lot of shit that works well with Gun Flash. Gotcha. That does not block ship though. And we have ship in hand. Gravy used. There's no juice to play the ship yet though. But let's pretend that the life totals would be same, but this Wobby would be no more. But if you also like commit to hit the face, probably like 1 card less, or they are 3. So in every reality, just better. I think you just go face and don't clear the Swabby at that point though. The read is like here. They have all this, so you get swung by Ali regardless. So this doesn't matter unless they are like 1 card hand. They're 1 card hand 7 is you can tank 3 turns with this. 3 turns. Auxilios. Whoop. And now we're still punished. But we just had. And it's all G. But we don't have here yet. So opponent plays Diamond Amulet. Hook Swabby for 7. Now here we can kill the Swabby or hat. I think we should hat first, because that's what we are gonna do anyways on this turn, because we need to fix the hand. So hat first. See what we got. Ditch the press. Reaching the hat. Yeah, that seems fine. Also can ditch the CLV, but CLV pitches also, and you can set that up for later. Press is high risk, high reward. So you get that. Draw. Oh! Plast. Well, that's the fucking perfection here. Yeah? Now you just go your turn with these. You can play like one sigil and shock that Swabby, but like who cares? This turn is so much better when you take your own turn. I think you play the one of the brilliances down. You will draw so many cards, but you want to draw the head first. You keep one brilliance, your hand functions the same, but you get your deck deeper ones. And like you see, you miss 2 value. Don't play both. Don't play both. Just one. And if the card does not convert, I mean you have EOLs, but if the card does not convert, then you can pitch it anyways, all the same, because you play Sigil, Blast, then CLV, pick up Sigil of Brilliance, and then you get to draw more things. So you see 3 to 4 cards here, which is like huge. Imagine we had bindings now. Peckers. Missed 2 value there off of bindings. Oscilla flipped. Oh, etchings. That is very good draw. That is very good draw. So the null shock can be swapped here, but also there is way to lose to arcane compliance if you rather play the etchings than the null shock. So it just depends on the life. This will get a block 3 guaranteed. Fearless Confrontation blocked. Nice. Yep. We pick up Sigil, and the draw was Mind Warp. Gotcha. So the action point can't be used. Play Sigil. And I think you just Arsenal the shock. Let's think. Because the shock would come for 6 here. Opponent AB1 pitches a card. But the... What's on my face? Etchings is a kill shot here. It's a 7. Well, not necessarily. But, you know, if you play shock and then etchings, it's guaranteed death. But just get by compliance. But yeah, here with Brilliance stack, you just put the Mind Warp. Put the Mind Warp to Volzar. Holy, it's still the floating. that is the smartest fucking stack representation in the history. Holy. He's doing the math. If he shocks here or nah. Because the shock will get AB1 because he does not see, he sees that the Volzar is not being used. Then that goes to 5 and then you send 8 damage here. But it's also like fails. I would have activated Volzar in response to Sigil, pitching the Mind Warp, sending the etchings, and then arsenaling the shock. That just kinda is very safe. But this play here wins in any scenario besides Arcane Compliance. But I'm not sure if they run Arcane Compliance. They probably do, because at least in Kuz and Clemens lists lately, there's been Compliance 1-off into Kano. So yeah. So he knows because the Voltar is used it. You saw that eyebrow. The eyebrow pickup. Activate Gravy. Dig for compliance. Ali has went in the bin. Ollie G in the bin. Death Threat's activated for that. And then this for 8. Do you have the compliance, sir? Nah, GG's. Okay. That was still good in the end, but I feel like we could have played a bit better. Not gonna lie, the combo could have been a bit better. But that was really good. Killed Feng. Bro went 5-0 on day 2 to finish in the top 8. That is sick, if anything. If anything, that is sick.